days of horror in Jackson began with a fire in the Argonaut mine and ended 22 days later with the recovery of the bodies of the dead miners. It's probable that millions of words were written about the tragedy in newspapers from east to west and around the world, but in the end, fittingly enough, the most touching tribute came from the Amador Ledger and ended with these words. Mining men tell us the bulkhead was wonderfully constructed. Timbers had been hastily collected and the crevices stuffed with strips of clothing. But gas began creeping through, and a second bulkhead was constructed. Not as good as the first, but fine work considering what they had to work with. The men were growing drowsy now, and knew the rescuers couldn't reach them in time. There was no material to write with, but a message must be left. So William Fessel, a leader to the end, took a carbide lamp and traced in smoke on the slate rock near where he fell. Gas getting too strong. 3 a.m., Fessel. And so, through this thoughtfulness, the comfort that death came soon and without pain was given to the loved ones left waiting. Things are falling apart up there now. The water tower's gone, and all that's left of the mill is the Egyptian-like cement foundation that watches over the valley. But even as the Argonaut stands today, old and not of this time, it serves a purpose by reminding us of 47 men who died as heroes.
Elmer Lee Batchelor, Peter Bagoya, Rafalo Balducci, Rade Begovic, Domingo Boleri, Eugene Vascalia, John Caminada, Pete Cavalieri, James Clayton, Paul DeLonia, Evan Ely, A. Fazina, Lee Padelli, Edward William Fessel, Charles Fitzgerald, Simone Francesconi, Batista Gamboni, Timothy E. Garcia, Maurice Giannetti, Giuseppe Giorza, Lucio Gonzalez, Milos Jovanovic, Marko Janovic, Manuel Costa, Jevko Kovac, Radelejovic, Antonio Leon, Louis Leon, Batista Manicino, Steve Martinovich, Joe Malescia, Ernest Miller, Tilo Miljanovich, Arthur Oberg, Charles Oberg, Pio Oliva, Emmanuel Obar-Argi, Ilya Pavlovich, Aldino Pagneri, Giovanera Guzzi, Bert E. Siemens, Domingo Simondi, Nico Stanisic, George L. Steinemann, Daniel Vila, Mike Vujovic, Cesar Zanardi.
The Argonaut mine disaster was written by Cedric Clute, produced by Jim Geedy, and featured the voices of George Ryan, Dave Eisenhower, Rolf Hine, Magnus Berglund, Russ Enright, Karma Berglund, Jan Clute, John Begovich, Jim Geedy, and Cedric Clute.